Back in 1946, a woman made a mark for herself by making fried pies in her hole-in-wall home. Well, Teresa Bush discovered it has a new home, Linden, Tennessee, the place where they make those delicious Armstrong Fried Pies.
5 days a week for 8 hours a day. Downtown Linden smells a lot like Grandma's kitchen.
How many did y'all do yesterday? 36.50.
The aroma comes from the Armstrong Fried Pie Company just off Main Street.
Y'all have really been on the move this morning.
Oh, yeah. We try to do at least 2,000 by then.
Dalen Patterson and her husband Bert own and operate the company, a company that has a long history which began shortly after World War II ended.
The very first owner was Mrs. Armstrong, and she was in Hohenwald, Tennessee. She started the business there with her and her husband, and I believe it was a small operation, probably 4 or 5 employees back then. Had part-time help after school. Out of her home, she worked it, and then she eventually moved it. There was a shed out back, and I believe she moved into that shed when she grew a little. She also rented a space at the Life and Casualty office in Nashville, Tennessee. Of course, back in the 60s, that was unheard of. So she was really a neat person from what you read about her. We've never met her, we've just seen pictures and read the history. But she was evidently had a great personality and people liked her. She was a good businesswoman.
The Armstrongs had the company until the late 80s. Then it changed hands several times and ended up in Alabama. When the Pattersons found out it was for sale again, it didn't take them long to decide to buy it, even though they'd never been in the food business.
Bert had eaten the pies as a child and a young man, and he just thought they were delicious, and he thought because it was so old of a company and had a lot of history, and he's a history buff, he just thought it would be the neatest thing. It was a wonderful opportunity. We wanted to move it here because we live here, we didn't want to travel, and we wanted to help Perry County people with job opportunities and possibly a future for our children.
With the purchase, the Pattersons got Mrs. Armstrong's patented recipes for the dough and for a pie crust, and they also got one of her business ledgers. The pies are still wrapped up in the same colorful paper with the same logo Mrs. Armstrong used so many years ago. So what's changed after all this time? Well, she had 5 flavors. Now there are more than 13, and who knows when they'll be adding another one.
I took a poll of everybody here at the Armstrong Pie Company, and it was unanimous. Everybody's favorite pie is the Bavarian cream. I can see why.
All the great tasting pies are made in this one room, and it's done by fewer than a dozen workers. You mix all that together, and it creates a work environment that really feels just like home.
But they really do. They work well together, and they know what their job is, and they go to it. We don't worry about their time. We have them fill out their own time cards. We never question it. We just told them what we expected, and they tend to it. We're very pleased. Everybody gets along well. They joke, they laugh, they talk about their families, they care about one another. They're all very glad to have a job.
And each worker, which includes the Pattersons' daughters, knows how to do everything that's needed to make an Armstrong fried pie.
Is bigger than we expected because it's really had big growth. I contributed a lot to Bert because he's really a go-getter. He's a good business person. He's a good manager with people. He's very friendly. I've never hardly known anybody that doesn't like him. And he just, when he says, I think this is a go, I'm with him.
Of all the things the Pattersons have owned, they are quick to admit this is by far the most fun thing they've ever done. And the fact they get to eat what they make, well, that's just a big bonus.
We can't wait to get up and come down here. When we get a new machine or a new flavor, it's just excitement. It's just like a buzz. So we all enjoy it.